Good morning, everybody. It's Heidi with the Weathered Fence Post, and welcome to our channel. My husband Steve and I are resellers in the Raleigh-Garner, North Carolina area, and we have two booths, one at Antiques at Gresham Lake in North Raleigh and one at Collected Treasures in Garner. If you're ever in North Carolina, in the central part of North Carolina, you're visiting friends or family or coming for vacation, and you feel like doing some hunting, stop in at Antiques at Gresham Lake in Raleigh or Collected Treasures in Garner and look for the Weathered Fence Post. That's where you'll find all this great stuff that we find, and maybe you'll go home with a cool treasure. Okay, what we love to do on this channel is we love to take you out hunting for treasures and then go over the haul. Now today's video might be a little bit of a mix of both. Steve and I went out hunting on Saturday. I wasn't the best at filming. I think it was because where we went, one of the places that we went to was extremely crowded and very difficult to film in. So I might kind of mix up this video. I might show you items and show you a little clip of when I found it while I was filming. So that might be how we do this video today. So we went out to the Goodwill, which is local to our home here, and then we went to Cat Angels, which is where we actually adopted Madison from. They have a thrift store, so we went there. We hadn't been there in a while. And then we went to Dorcas, and Dorcas was the one that was very crowded. It's always crowded in Dorcas. Usually when they open up, there's a line that just goes all the way down the whole front of the whole shopping center, and it is usually just jam-packed in there. We waited till after we knew the line had already been let in, and it still was jam-packed. And I think it's just because they get just really great donations there. And even when it's jam-packed, you still find stuff, but it's just hard to hunt and film in there, and the filming just came out terrible in there. I mean, it was like this thing where, you know, I'm talking about an item and the camera's down on the shelf below, but I'm talking about the item up above, and it just, you know, it would have been terrible to watch. Now at Cat Angels, I found something that I am surprised I found. Now in the last video, I talked about how I found those Kachina plates at the Powellsville Antique sale that we went to, and I said I've never found a Kachina doll in the wild, and here is one that I found at Cat Angels. Now there is a little bit, I noticed when I got home, there is a little bit of damage to the front here of it, the moccasin. It looks like maybe there was some type of embellishment there that came off. Not too concerned about that. I will just gently remove that glue. I may or may not put something back in its place. I may just, once I get it removed, see what it looks like underneath, and just leave it as is. Now they had $22 on this, and then they marked it down to $10, and I took that risk at $10 on this because I do know that these are collectible and they are valuable. So I went ahead with it. Here's what the bottom looks like. So I found a Kachina doll in the wild. Isn't that something? You talk about it and next thing you know, you're finding it. I picked up this little jewelry holder, little earring holder. Now I said in the past, I had one of these in the video in the past, that these usually do well. I put this in the booth at Antiques at Gresham Lake and it hasn't sold yet. I have a very fair price on it. So I don't know. This one does have some marking on the back. Torino, T-O-R-I-N-O, I think is what it says. I don't know if that's going to show up. T-O-R-I-N-O, it's right there. I don't know if you can see it. But I thought it was a nice flower. I might move these down to Collected Treasures, both of them, and put them together and, you know, see if they do better down there. But I found that at Cat Angels. I'm trying to see what else on this table I found at Cat Angels. I didn't pick up a lot. Oh, there was a plate. A bowl. I'll show it to you. Now I thought this bowl was really, really pretty. I really loved the colors in it. As you can see, it's like a turquoise and brown. But, you know, it's that flashed stuff, and I thought I looked it over good when I was there hunting, but if I hold this up to the light, you're going to see that there's some of that flashing missing on the back. So I'm a little disappointed about that. I paid up a little bit for this. I paid $7 for this bowl. I just thought it was gorgeous, and I thought, you know, it was worth it. I left the other one, there was a brown one there, and maybe I'll put a clip of me finding this and looking at it. I left the brown one there. I wasn't real excited about that, and I did see some damage on that, and that should have alerted me to look a little closer to this one, but I just didn't see it. And it's like right here on, you know, this base part. I could just paint that and it would block it out, and that might be what I'll have to do, but I won't be able to get the price that I was hoping to get for this. And you know, I have a $7 buy-in on it. I just decided, you know what, it's not a big deal. We love cat angels because that is where we got Madison, and so if we ended up donating $7 to them to help them with their cause, I actually donated money, you know, separately from the purchase before we left, so I don't care. If it helps them out, I don't care, because they're helping people like, or cats like Madison, have a good life. Okay, look at this beautiful piece. I will put maybe a clip of me finding this. I found this at Goodwill. I really like this. It looks like a, you know, like a, I don't know, like an observatory or a old-fashioned, how am I trying to say it? You know, where plants are. Gosh, I should know that working in the landscaping industry. But at any rate, it has this little door on it that opens up. It's a candle holder. I'm sure that's what it's for, but I just thought it was gorgeous. This top also comes off for easy cleaning. Very well made, like a stained glass, and this is a nice metal. Really, really like the look of this. I got this at Goodwill. I think this is going to do well. Now, also at Goodwill, I picked up these Franciscan mugs. And there were some plates that went with it. And the young lady that I really enjoy working with over there at Goodwill let me, you know, she cued me on. She said, "Did you see the plates too?" And I didn't see them, but I just wanted to get these mugs. I decided to leave the plates behind. I kind of love the handles on these. They have like a, almost looks like a branch. And what is that? It's supposed to be a cherry blossom maybe? Or a magnolia? Really beautiful. So, set of 4, we'll see how they do. Also at Goodwill, you know, like Steve was with me, and so he picked up this really nice wooden one. It's in great condition, and it is made in Taiwan, so it is vintage. Beautiful piece. And these consistently sell in our booth, either these accordion-styled wine racks or the accordion-style hat hangers or mug hangers that people like. They always, whenever we pick them up, we don't put huge prices on them. Now this one is pretty stout. We did pay up a little bit for it because it was in such great condition. I justified it. You know, a piece like this, we might put between $12 and $15 on it. And I think that's not a bad price for a vintage wooden wine rack that's in great condition. And something I think that would really go nice with that is this piece that I found. Now, I found this at Dorcas, and sometimes you just got to trust your gut. I didn't take the time to Google Lens it while I was there. Like I said, it was just chaotic in there and crazy, and I just didn't feel like pulling out my phone and standing there and trying to Google Lens this. But I just knew this had to be something good. It has like a brutalist look to it. I saw the name on the bottom. You can see it right there. It says Stan, and it was obviously mid-century modern. I said this is definitely mid-century modern. Looks like it has a really good look. So I looked it up. This is Stan Langtwait, and I don't know if I'm saying his name correctly, but what he would do is make pottery out of ash from Mount St. Helens. So, or I don't know if that's Helene's, but Mount St. Helens is the way I say it. And that's what these are made from. And this piece right here is worth about $25 to $30. Great brutalist mid-century modern piece. And it would look great with that wine rack. And now we'll come back, you know, right to modern day times and find something contemporary. This is from Crate and Barrel. Really pretty. You're going to pick, there's no way to not pick up that ring light unless I turn it off. Let's see. Turn it off here. There we go. Really pretty. Still getting a little reflection. Art glass encased pieces because there's several layers, like the actual artwork is encased over a clear glass covering. And there were 2 of them. So I picked up both of them. And I think I have some video of that, of us finding these. So I might insert that right here for you to watch. But great pieces. Have a nice look, and I think I'll put them in whatever booth I put them in. I'll put them in together, so if somebody wants a pair, they can have a pair. I believe everything else besides this item I'm about to show you, everything else I'm going to show you I found at Dorcas. So that was our longest stop, and I was hoping to get some great video for you to enjoy hunting with us, but I just did a terrible job in there. I don't know what it is lately. I'm struggling a little bit with, like, a lot of crowds. I don't know what that is going on. It might just be some residual stress going on from everything that's happened over the last 5 months, but I'll get through it. I'll work through it, and I'll get back to some good filming because I do love doing hunting videos. That's my favorite thing to do, so we'll get back to it. But I found this at the Cat Angels. Very unique piece of art glass. I love it. It's just, look at the neck on that. It's just got this spiraling look to it. It's very, it's pulled. It's just so cool. And I only paid not that much money for it. I think $3 for it, which is, I think, a great price for a piece of art glass like this. It does look like it has some type of etched signature on it. I don't know if you can catch it right there. And I just want to say thank you for letting me know that this is called a pontil and not a pontiff. We always learn something new, don't we? I mean, I think I knew it was pontil, but I'm one of those people that I'll say, I have a hard time remembering details. And so I will say the wrong thing a lot. So don't be surprised if that happens. I know what I'm trying to say, but I'm going to say the wrong thing. So it's a pontil, not a pontiff. That's what I was calling it. But at any rate, what a gorgeous piece. I love this. It's just got that quirkiness that's perfect for us. It's one of those things. I said that I'm trying to look for things that are either unique, collectibles, or antiques. So check mark on unique on this. This is just a sweet little art glass sailboat. I love the blue and white on it. It's pretty. It's got a little bit of an ombre look in the blue. Contemporary, not signed or marked or anything. It says made in China. It's a contemporary piece, but I just think it's beautiful, and summer's coming up, so it'll just be a nice little piece to have in your decor for over the summer. We'll go all the way from summer. We're going to go right to Christmas now. I found this. This is vintage. Just one of those little you used to think you made these in the oven, I think. I think you would put something in here and it would melt in the oven. I can't remember, but it's a little reindeer. Just a little piece that I thought was cute. Oh, I picked this up at Goodwill. This beautiful coil basket. I always love to pick these up. They don't last very long. I'd say at the most they last 2 weeks in the booth. Sometimes the more plain ones will last a little bit longer, but usually these colorful ones go pretty quick. And I did finally find some stands. So the best way to display anything, I think, like this is to have it on a stand where people can really appreciate the look of it. So I will probably be displaying this basket on the stand that I found, and I will price the stand, and the stand will probably sell too. I was so happy. I did end up finding 3 metal stands that day and 1 wooden stand. I mean, I look for, and you hear me saying it all the time, I'm looking for stands, because they sell pretty quickly in the booth. And the next thing you know, everything's laying on the ground or laying on the table and not displayed well. So always good to have stands. All right, just some regular, this is holiday decor. I'll pick it up if it's a good piece. I'm trying to be careful about how much holiday I bring in. I have a lot downstairs stored. I mean, I do all the time. Even if, last year, I think during the holiday season, I think we emptied 5 bins worth, went out the door. But we still, it just comes right back to you. So we have 2 booths to fill at Christmas, so it doesn't hurt to get holiday. And a good bell wreath never is a bad thing to pick up. So I picked this up at Dorcas, just a bell wreath. Now, I would not consider this holiday. You could put it for holiday, at the holiday time, and, people might use it in the holiday. But I put this type of item all year long in our booth. We have religious pieces in our booth all year long, and I would consider this a religious piece. It's got a stained glass look. It's got that what Florentine is called? Florentine. I'm going to say the wrong word, right? Florentine look to it with the gilding. And this was originally from Dillard's, and it was $30 originally from Dillard's. Now, it says made in China underneath there, not made in Italy. So I was surprised at the price at Dillard's on that, but it has a gorgeous look. It's made to hold a tea light right there, so I just think this is probably beautiful when it's lit up with a tea light. I think I will insert a little video. I did find these at Dorcas. Bag of 3 nutcrackers, the small ones, but they were only $5. And the main reason I got them was because of this guy right here. And I didn't know if they were all intact. I took a risk on that, but I thought he was fantastic. I love him, this little wizard. And he does work. And look at, he's got an owl and books and a wishing. What is that called, guys? I don't know what that's like, a wizard's. Oh, what's that called? Oh, well, I'll put it up right here what it's called. Look at me, I'm getting all red over it. Anyway, I thought he was adorable. He's cute. And then there was just a standard soldier in there. A white soldier. And these are all actually in decent condition. I don't see anything really missing from them. And then a teacher. Look at her hair. I love her hairdo. That is so pretty. And she's got books, and along her base, she's got, you know, numbers, arithmetic, and ABC, and so very cute. 3 of these are really cute. I definitely always keep my eye open for a good bag of beads for garland for the holidays. People love nice wooden beaded garland. This bag was $3. I haven't pulled it out yet to see how much garland exactly was in there. Let's see if we can figure it out. I mean, it's quite a bit for $3, and it's wooden. And I think there's a few strands here. It's not just one strand. So we've got quite a bit here to work with. We don't price them real high, maybe $8 a strand. So, you know, that's a good return on investment. And by the way, for you fellow booth owners that are watching the channel, I told you that I'm working on our taxes for this year. It's probably why my eyes are as tired as they are, because between my job of doing taxes and at home doing taxes, I have just been staring at computer screens and small numbers and reports, and my eyes are tired. But talking about profit margin, so far right now, I'm not afraid to share this with people because we are in the business to make money, and we have a mission of helping items stay out of the dump, reusing them, repurposing them, and helping them find new homes. We love what we do, but we do need to get paid for doing it, right? So I took a look at how we're doing, and I'm not finished at all. I've still got many months to work through. But we're coming in, and this is net profit margin, we're coming in between 43 and a 45% profit margin, which I was quite surprised actually about. I thought we were going to come in the 30s. So I was quite pleased with that, especially since we keep our prices, I think, relatively low. I would say we're not like rock bottom low. You know, if you went into a vendor mall, we wouldn't be the lowest person in the mall. We're definitely not the highest. We're not in the middle. I'd say we're between low and middle. That's kind of where we fall with our pricing. So we're at a price range where everybody can enjoy finding a great treasure, and we're going to actually make some money while we're doing it. So I'm happy to report that. That was another great big bag that I found of a garland. And this was, again, a $5 bag. Keep your eye open for these big bags of garland, because garland does sell during the holidays. Now, what cued me into this to pick it up, besides the fact that I love it, because it's almost like a berry, and it's got some like, oh, I don't know what they're called. I'm having a hard time with my words today. But at any rate, I saw that. And I said, yeah, I'm going to grab that. Now, let me pull these out for you. Sequins was the word I was looking for. If you look at this up close, it's got like berries and sequins. So it's kind of like got a jeweled look to it. There were 4 of these garlands in there. I don't know. Let's see how tall they are. Oh, maybe about 4 feet. Does it say on the tag? Does not say, but this is what one of them cost originally. $20. So one garland was $20, and there's 4 in there. So that's $80 worth of garland for $5. Now again, we will not put $20 a strand on this, but we might put, you know, $8 to $10 on it. They are beautiful, probably around $8, because I did get them at a good price, and I like to pass that savings on. And I'm not in the business of hanging on to these items, though these would go well in my decor too. So I don't know, they're beautiful. Okay, the last thing I'm going to show you as far as the holiday goes is this little vintage angel. I only paid $1 for her. There's no markings on her bottom. She is a little ceramic piece. So I think it was probably a hobbyist piece somebody made, but I thought she was adorable. Now it looks like she's supposed to be holding maybe a candle or maybe a light, because it is open on the bottom. Maybe you could stick a light in there maybe. I don't know. But I'll probably will just put some type of little floral in there or something, you know, for the holiday, or maybe just leave her the way she is. But she'll, you know, she was only $1. We'll put her in one of our little vignettes at the holidays. I picked up this olive tray. I don't think I actually wanted to end up buying it. I took a look at it and I think I videoed that. It does say made in Italy though. So that is a nice piece. It does look like it's, yeah, that is a nice piece. They do sell, they take a little while to sell, but I do put these in the booth occasionally and they do find new homes. So I enjoy olives, so maybe others do too. This I picked up because we are heading right into, we are in really, in the gardening season. It's starting, and this is like a door knocker. It's like a metal door knocker. But I thought somebody might use it somewhere in their decor somehow. They could hang it on, you know, attach it to a piece of wood and hang it outside, or put it on a cabinet, or maybe they have a wooden plant propagation station or something that they could adorn this with. So I just grabbed it. I thought it was cute. Got this rooster now. Went back and forth on him. He's in good condition. I like the look of him. He's got like a Majolica look to him. This is his base. But he's green, you know. I wasn't sure about a green rooster. Is somebody going to want a green rooster? I don't know. The color, this color green is, you know, is a nice look in a lot of decor right now. A lot of people will pair this with those nice soft tone colors like the whites and the browns and, you know, really light browns. And then this green will be in there for a pop of color. So that's what I'm kind of banking on. We'll see. We'll see how the green rooster does, but he's got a nice look. He looks good. I thought this metal flower was really pretty. I think it's a hibiscus. I believe it's a hibiscus flower. It's originally from World Market. It's just a nice little metal decor piece. It does look like it is vintage to me. So I went ahead and grabbed that. Thought that would be pretty over the summer. I liked this basket. It's going to be hard for you to see it with everything. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it at all. But it's just a very clear chicken wire basket. They do well. I put these types of wire baskets in the booth and they do very well. There's always a good use for them. I picked up these 3 tiles. These also were from World Market, and they're just tile hooks. So if somebody's working on some type of project and they want to have a really pretty hook to add to their project, these won't be priced very high, and they'll have something that they can use in their project. Or these could just be hung on the wall in a bathroom or in a kitchen. Could be hung on a wall in the bathroom or kitchen and just be used as a really pretty decorative hook for you. Okay. All right. Had a little video difficulty there for a minute. All right, Circle of Friends. Had one in the booth before that was a pottery piece. I had it priced pretty high because there was a big buy-in on it. And it was a, you know, handmade pottery piece. Now this piece doesn't say where it's from. It just talks about the Circle of Friends on the bottom. It has that nice little description of what this represents. But I have sold this before. I don't know if it'll move very quickly. We'll see. I actually kind of like the look of this one. The other one was more of a contemporary look to it and sleek, and it was a blue color. This is more what people expect to find when they're looking for the Circle of Friends. So this might move a little quicker. We'll see. I did find one of these little safety pin artwork pieces. This one's a basket. Take that out of there. Doesn't have a bottom though, I noticed that. But it is a little basket, and I went ahead and grabbed it. It was $1. It wasn't much money, so I thought it was cute. And I usually try to grab those if they're in good condition, because some people collect these. And then I think the last thing I have to show you are these artichoke votives. Aren't they beautiful? I think somebody's really going to enjoy these. Now, one of them, if I go to tip it over, one of the leaves is going to fall out and I've got to glue it. But these are Southern Living at Home. Marked on the bottom. And they just have a really beautiful look. I think somebody's really going to enjoy these for the summer or the spring. So definitely grab those. Okay, that's it, everybody. That's it for the haul this week. I am excited. We are going to Garage Brothers this Saturday. Hoping some other friends will be there and get to see them. Haven't seen some of my friends in a while. Like Joanne from Bat Thrift Crazy. Haven't seen you in a while, Joanne. Would love to go hunting with you, so I'm going to give you a ring and see if you're going. I spoke with Kelly this week. Maybe she'll be there. Maybe Sandra will be there. So who knows? Maybe it'll be a reunion and we'll get to see some friends. Maybe Rhonda will be there. But at any rate, I'm going to go. I don't know if Steve is going to join me or not. Sometimes he goes, sometimes he doesn't. I'm excited to go because I haven't been to Garage Brothers sale since September. It's been 6 months since before everything happened that went on in my life over the last 5 months. But looking forward to that. We usually find some great things there, and guess what? We're taking you along. So be looking for a hunting video, and I promise I'll do a good job hunting for stuff for you. Until then, everybody, get out there, support your local people, find yourself a treasure, something that puts a big smile on your face, and we'll see you on the next video.